Hey everyone, it's your boy, the Stutter God. I'm back with another video. Now, before I say anything, you might be hearing background noises, and that's because we still have a heat wave going on, and so I got my two fans on so my room can be cool and not overheated. Also because, excuse me, and also because my dog has a lot of fur on her, so I don't want to run the risk of her overheating. Even though I got water for her, it's still too risky in my opinion. But yeah, there's that. And now with that out the way, I want to talk about something with y'all. Now, at this point, you probably heard of what happened to the veteran who got the mic cut off for for wanting to speak on exactly what happened on Memorial Day and how we black people played a part in it and basically in the making of America itself. But you know, you want to keep on denying that. Anyways, I'm gonna tell you why that happened. Let me break it down for you. Okay, so in school, they don't teach you shit about Black history. The only thing they teach you and want to teach you is that slavery was bad, but with the help of Martin Luther King and Rosa Parks, it's all better now. No one's racist no more. With the help of Martin Luther King, the Civil Rights Act was signed. The world is now better. Oh, Martin Luther King himself, he wasn't violent at all. He was a pacifist. They keep on emphasizing that word, pacifist. He was non-violent. Absolutely not violent. That's the type of mindset they want you to be in. Even though it is proven by now that when Martin Luther King was near death's door, he come to realize that violence and or rioting is simply the voice of the unheard, right? So they basically whitewashed the true version of Martin Luther King in order to fit a certain narrative, right? But with that being said, they don't teach you about no one else. They don't teach you about Malcolm X. They don't teach you about what's his name? Uh Muhammad no Muhammad Muhammad something. I forgot. I think it's Ali, but I'm probably wrong on that. I think wait, is it Muhammad Ali? No, it can't be Muhammad. Well, yeah, I think I'm probably pronouncing his name wrong, but don't teach you about him either. And what I'm trying to say is, they always tend to avoid making America look bad. Yeah, we were racist 100 something years ago, but don't worry, it's all better now because of these people here. And once again, with for Thanksgiving, they want to think that the Native Americans and the Pilgrims were all buddy buddy. That wasn't the case. Nah, the Pilgrims slaughtered those people. They slaughtered them without hesitation. But they teach you instead in school that they all bonded together and decided to help each other out of the goodwill of their hearts. That's a damn lie, and they know it, but they don't want you to know it. You see, that's the thing. They're afraid of the truth. They're afraid of making America look like what it really is. And that's a country built upon white supremacy. And here's where all that comes into play with the honorable veteran. As soon as he started to dive into the history of how black people played a part in it all, his mic got kind of shut off. And Afterwards, you hear a woman laugh. Why is he laughing? Not because he found it funny, because they succeeded in their mission. And what was their mission, you may ask? The mission of silencing the truth. Not only was this man silenced, he was punished. And he wasn't punished mentally or physically, he was punished by effectively silencing him altogether. That was his punishment. That was to let him know that it was not okay to speak on what actually happened in America. Why? Because white supremacists are very fragile and their egos are way too big. Right? As soon as the attention is turned away from them, they panic. You know? Oh my God! No, why are they looking at me? Oh my God! Wait, no, wait. Let's talk about George Washington and this is this and this and this and about this person. Da 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 da. Right? They want the attention to be solely on them and no one else. Especially black people. So when they hear that this man, this veteran who been through war and back, was going to speak about how we as black people helped in the makings of America, he was silenced. Because they did not like that at all. They wanted to avoid that. You know, the excuse was that the people, the excuse was that the place give that he was speaking at. The excuse was that someone infiltrated them and hijacked the speakers or something like that. That ain't true. That's a bold-faced lie. A bold-faced lie. Nah, it was them who did it. It was them who did it. It was no one else except them. This shit was planned. They knew from the start what they were gonna do. They knew from the start. Because like I said before, the attention is always towards them. It has to be on them. It has to be. That's what white supremacy is based off of. Right? It's the attention and the power and the control. Most people need that to function. They can't live on nothing else. They can't live without it. It's ingrained too deep into their minds, into their psyche. It's like a drug at this point. They can't live without it. And that's the thing. That man was silenced. He was punished. And he was warned. All three together. Because while this was punishment by effectively silencing him and by letting him know that type of stuff isn't welcomed around here, it was a warning a warning to let him know that not only isn't it welcomed, it's frowned upon. It's absolutely frowned upon. And he should be careful on what he's going to do next. Because they don't want no other story accept the story they fabricated themselves. And that's how it's. Sorry guys if you heard that. Sorry, but that's that's what it basically comes down to. And they also want to keep us in the dark. You know, they also want to keep us in the dark. They don't want us to feel like we matter. They don't want us to feel like someone is actually giving us credit when it's due. They don't want us to feel that way. Absolutely not. Not today. Not ever. Not ever. And that's basically my take on this whole thing. Granted, I might be digging a bit too deep, and if I am, you know, feel free to point that out. You know, there might be a few flaws here and there in my logic. You know, but to me, I think that's basically the message, though. Like that's the whole message right there. There's a reason. It's a reason, and there's a message. And that message was sent. I mean, at this point, it's a whole fucking war out here. It's a race war. Y'all remember Ronald Green? Yeah, turned out he was a cop. He was a fellow race soldier, but they decided to betray in the end. They beated that man bloody. And after he died, they showed up at his funeral. Why? Because at the end of the day, he followed orders. He did exactly what they told him to do. And that's basically what it comes down to. They don't care about nothing else. They gave him direction and he followed. So it doesn't make his death right at any means. Definitely not. Definitely not. I'm still pissed off about that shit. I'm still pissed off. And I'm going to be for a long fucking time. Because they betrayed him in the end. Because he was black. Even though he was a fellow race soldier. Oops, sorry. Even though he was a fellow race soldier. Sorry, guys. He was black. And that's why he was beaten. That's why he was beaten until he's bloody. That's why they ignored his cries of mercy. That's why they covered it up. Because they knew what they were doing. Oh my god. Sorry. But yeah. They knew what they were doing. They were out on a mission, and they succeeded in that mission. Like the fucking race soldiers they were. And that goes to show you what type of environment we're in. And the pushback after George Floyd's death, the pushback that happened was the best fucking thing we could have done. Because of that, they're a bit nervous, you know, they're hesitant. You know, they're watching where they step. Now pulling up to murderers' houses, like, what's up? You killed someone. The law won't put you in prison, but we're here, and we're gonna do something about it. And they know that. They hear that message loud and clear. That's why they're scared. You know, that's why they're nervous now. But unfortunately, they didn't get the full message. They definitely didn't get the full message. Even if they did, they're still trying to preserve their legacy of white supremacy in this country. They're still trying to preserve that, no matter what it takes. They're still trying to feel like they're in control. Sooner or later, it's only inevitable at this point that there is going to be a civil war. It's not going to be Democrats versus Republicans. Nah. Like I told y'all before, civil war is going to be the law versus the people. And what I mean by law, I mean the police officers versus the people they were supposed to protect. It will be the ones who made laws in order to protect and serve against those who they were supposed to protect and serve in the first place. That's civil war. That's civil war. Not no fucking Republican versus Democrat. None of that's it. That's too small. That's too fucking small. It doesn't make any sense in the first place. Fuck type of war is that? The enemy isn't clear. We don't know who the enemy is. Your enemy could be the neighbor from down the block. You will never even know until it's too late. Think. The enemy is hiding among us. The true enemy. And they're being ordered and controlled by the puppet masters. The ones who really run the United States. It only takes one snap of their fingers for all hell to break loose. And it could end in one or two ways. One, there's going to be another murder. And it's going to start to flame so much that what happens next is total and complete chaos. And because of that chaos, the government will do anything to gain control. And that includes killing anyone who's in the way. Or the white supremacists will lose their patience and finally make the United States a country filled with white supremacy and authoritarianism. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. A dictatorship, basically. And once that happens, we as people ain't gonna sit there and watch it happen. We're gonna do something about it. Boom! Civil war. Civil fucking war. They're already preparing themselves with all that fucking military spending and shit. They're already preparing themselves for the inevitable. They know. They damn as well know. They've been waiting for this. They've been planning for years. They want this to happen. Because at the end of the day, they know that their control is starting to break. And before it breaks, they might as well do what it takes to gain that control back. By any means necessary. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm not going to sit here and watch my freedom be taken away. Even though the rights I do have are basically an illusion to begin with. But I'm not gonna let that happen. I'm fighting for what's mine. You should never let somebody you don't know do shit for you. Because at the end of the day, that person, they don't got your best interest at heart. You want to do something for yourself, you gotta do it. You want to do something, you want something to be done, you gotta go out there, you gotta do it yourself. No matter what it takes. Don't trust anybody. Don't trust these Republicans. Don't trust the presidents. Trust those who are in the same situation as you are. Those are the type of people you can trust. Because at the end of the day, your future allies, if there is any, are going to be the ones living this way across from you. And maybe one of those days, they're going to be ones stitching your wound over, so you won't fall over and die. Or maybe they're going to help you out. Or maybe they're going to help you out by dragging you out of a burning building. Or maybe not. Maybe they're going to be the ones after you. I don't know. I can't dictate the future. It's not my job. I only have one job, and that's to spread awareness. I'm only telling you what I know. And right now, what I know is there is a war. It's not a full-blown war, but it's a war. And it's a war being fought every single day. It's only a matter of time before one side or the other has enough and decide to go all out. The real question is, who's it gonna be?